Welcome back, note takers. It is Aidan from the On a Real Note podcast, and I am now announcing my new side hustle Instagram, Club Hanks, dedicated to Chet Hanks.
Not Club Hanks.
You know, are you going to follow my Club Hanks page?
I will follow it to be supportive, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to unfollow somebody because we got to keep that following count right at 99. It can't go to 100.
Ooh.
I'm trying to be on my Beyonce shit. Well, she follows
Oh
nobody.
my Lord. Well, what happens when I have my cat?
Somebody else has got to get an unfollow. Yeah, somebody else got to cap an unfollow.
Yeah.
I guess Evan Lamicella's going down.
I'm crying. Well, maybe one of my defunct projects you could unfollow if you still follow them.
Do I still follow the push pull factor? I don't know. But you know what?
Well,
That was great journalism. You should have won like a Peabody for that.
right? I should have won something. I should have won something.
I found your interview of Abby Maria Gomes very insightful, very powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. And I've interviewed two of Survivor's most iconic villains. Well, who else can say that?
Right, right,
You
exactly.
can't you can't
Carol
even say
Radwell
that.
didn't do that. Carol Radwell never
Yeah, well, she was on the front line, so
of Epstein Island, maybe.
I do not endorse that statement.
And there goes my cat ruining the shot. But yeah,
Well, this is a good time to say that we love Smalls and what they got going on there. And Chanel, my niece, would love to be gifted some Smalls.
there we sponsor.
Ooh, right? Oh, I need to intro the episode. But this this week the title tells it all. We are getting into Miss Simone Cromer, who I have a lot of adoration for. I, jokingly refer to her as my internet auntie. Because I've had people do too much on Miss Club Chalamet sometimes. And I just, I feel like she needs somebody in her corner.
Right? I think everybody needs somebody on their team.
Right? Except Erin Grease, who might be making her return to reality television. But that is
Ooh,
a
and
whole
we're gonna be
episode in
talking about it
itself.
if she does.
That is a whole episode in itself.
Oh.
So stay posted. But you know who actually deserves an episode, who also deserved her Wall Street Journal feature? Simone Cromer, the face behind Club Chalamet.
Absolutely.
An iconic Black woman, arguably the most famous Timothée Chalamet stan,
I
probably the most famous stan account
I
in,
thought you were
the
gonna say the most famous
zeitgeist.
Black woman. I was like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, I don't I don't know if I could give that to her. I mean, she's the most famous with a Kamala haircut next to Kamala. I don't know.
Right? I'm sure on famous birthdays, she's in number 1 in one of those categories that they put down there. Those random
Oh,
categories.
do you think I feel like with the category, like the qualification level that they have, she definitely should be on there.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen people that are fucking nobodies on there.
Right? I feel like, a few more thousand downloads, we can probably be on there.
Right? Oh god.
Not that I want people having my tea like that. I mean, I guess birthday is so inconsequential, but
Right. I mean, as long as like the little bio, because I see some people on there, the bio is very basic. It's just like, oh, here's what they do. That's it. And then I see other people's bios where it's like talking about they were in prison or something. I was like, oh,
Noah got a DUI in 2027.
now that's not true. Wait, did you say 2027?
I
You, you,
did.
you're plotting on me.
I know you're saying that's not true. I'm like, well, it can be. It can
I
be.
guess it could be, huh? Well, I
But
will be
yes.
Metro.
But yeah, I know I kind of proposed this episode out of random, but she feels so unique to discuss. Like it's
Mhm.
modern, but she's also kind of encapsulates years of internet fandom and what fandom looks like
Mhm.
through her fandom career, so to speak.
Oh
And it's
yeah.
kind of blown up in such a figure. And I think what's probably the most contrasting thing that draws out people is that she is a Gen X woman doing
Right.
stand activity, which is typically associated with the teenage years, maybe
Yeah.
early college. And I
Yeah.
think we can both relate to that. I think we are both a bit more chronically online than
Right. When I think
obsessive over our faves than we are now.
Right. When I think while stan culture and like super fans have existed for a long time, I feel like when we were kind of like in our, because like I mean we're like very very like late tail end of being a millennials, damn near Gen Z, practically Gen Z. Um,
Zillennials, if you
yeah,
will.
millennials, if you will. I feel like when we were kind of like teenage years in high school, that's like when stan culture really started to kind of become what it is today and what people recognize it
Mhm.
as today. So I feel like we kind of got to see the build up and the building blocks and foundation of it. Um, So I think we're quite qualified to discuss this. And, you know, with Miss Simone, Miss Club Chalamet, you know, I refer to her as like the parasocial final boss. You know, she's like up there.
I mean, you could argue, you could
Yeah.
argue.
When you're
But
right
she
with
don't act like that. I think she acts more like I mean, I think there's a parasocial element there, but I think she thinks she's his manager. Or she's these people's managers.
right,
That she's their friend. And that's
right,
what entertains me so much about it, maybe.
right. Well, it's kind of
Because
like
she's
in the
talking about the campaign strategy and shit for Oscars, and I'm like, you know what? This is
well,
real fandom.
that's true. I mean, she talks like a lot of these people does. She just has like a bigger platform to do it on, I guess, than
Yeah.
these people that have 2 followers on X.
And more critical thinking skills, I would guess, than
Right,
the average 15-year-old. I would
right.
hope.
Well,
But
that's
she
the
comes across as like a smart, experienced like woman who like works, you
right,
know?
right. Well, and I
Obviously,
think
she must work. She'd be traveling to every film festival these United States. Not even these United States. She'd be worldwide. That passport
right.
being stamped. Miss Simone must have a good job because
Well,
she'd be at these events.
right. Well, I think I was reading that she works in healthcare. And I don't know exactly what she does, but
Okay.
that she works in healthcare. So I don't know if she's a nurse, if she's like one of the financial people in the healthcare industry.
I don't know.
One
She
of
gives work from home. It doesn't give it. No, it doesn't give in the
That's
fields like
true.
that.
She's
She's
got a
too
lot of free
online.
um one I think like you pointed out her age and everything, I think it does make her a little bit more unique and stand out a little bit more like in this kind of crowd.
Mhm. Taking a step back, when is the first you heard of her? What was your first reaction? Was it the same as kind of seeing her face and identity? Like, how was that whole experience for you?
Well, so I actually didn't really know what this woman looked like until recently. And then also, because I don't know, I just never really thought to really look into her like that.
Mhm.
But also, I'm like not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure that my first like discovery of this woman was through you. Like, I'm pretty sure you were mentioning
Believable.
her, and I was like, "Who the fuck is like, what is Club Chalamet? Is this like, what is that?" And like, I think at first I like thought that like maybe that was like what his overall like fandom was called, like the Club Chalamet people or something. But like when I think I googled it, I was like, "Oh, this is like one lady." Because like I thought that was like his version of the Navy or whatever. I was like, I thought they were the Club Chalamet. I was like, they're not the Chalamites or what are they?
The ski chalets.
Yeah,
But honestly, I might have had the first reaction because it is just like the handle name and it does sound a bit all
yeah,
encompassing.
yeah.
But I would just remember hearing about the page before I heard, got the
Mhm.
whole face reveal and identity reveal of it all. And I
Right.
remember acting like Avon at elementary, like black. I was just very surprised to see an older black woman, an auntie, if you will,
Right.
running the Timothy Chalamet Stan account. But
Right.
I was kind of like, okay, look at her top of her field in community management in Standom because
Well, yeah, because I feel like when you see Timothy, and like I think just when you think of like what his fans might look like, I imagine a lot of like gay men and like young girls. like sh-
yeah,
well,
pretty
Simone's definitely
much,
not like what I initially picture just when I think of a
right?
Timothy Chalamet fan.
Which is part of kind of her origin story of,
Yeah.
like, the whole Club Chalamet of it all.
Yes.
Because I was reading her Wall Street Journal feature, which I still think it's iconic that she got a Wall Street Journal feature.
I
Like,
know.
you would expect maybe, like, The Cut or something, but the Wall
Right.
Street Journal, I was like, "That's, like, legitimate." Like, you are but it
Right.
makes sense. It's kind of like the new economy, an extension of PR and
Hmm.
marketing and community management is stan accounts. And the
Yeah.
K-pop stans do it quite well. And I
Yeah.
hope that doesn't trickle over to what these American fans are doing, but who knows? Because them BTS fans, I think if you said you couldn't afford the concert, they would have a little GoFundMe circulating around
Hey,
and
what?
get you a ticket to an Uber, you know?
No, I've seen that with, Taylor Swift fans with the Swifties. I've seen them do things where, cause like, they're very organized, they do, like, the
They
listen
are.
parties, the stream parties, and I've seen them do I don't know if it's actually, like, a GoFundMe, but I've seen them, like, literally, like, distributing money to different fans and stuff so they can make sure they're all buying the albums and they're buying
Damn.
various copies and things to, like, run those numbers up and climb the charts.
Right. And I have a Swiftie friend who she has a job and she is quite well traveled, but I know she went to like 4 or 5 shows. So I was
Wow,
like, damn,
that's expensive. She makes good money. What does she do?
like finance or something. I don't know. I worked with her and I still kind of don't know. But one of the important roles where you be in the big meetings.
Okay, okay. She getting a good check,
She's getting a good check.
good
But no,
direct.
Simone's whole ideology behind finding Club Chalamet was to kind of get away from like, oh, Timothy's my boyfriend kind of analysis and
Mhm.
be, really focus on the art in her own words, really, positioning Timothy as, a top tier film actor rather than, some cute hunk Hollywood heartthrob. So that
Right.
was really kind of her lane. And she also had an example where she kind of was like DMing somebody. They were like, oh, how are finals going? How's school? And she's like, "Oh, I'm probably old enough to be your mother, girl." And then she got blocked, which, that seems appropriate. But
Right, right, right. No, I mean, either they blocked her, either their mama saw the message and were like,
but, she was trying to have a more mature page, which,
Mhm.
makes sense. She was trying to kind of build a lane for those older fans who do exist. Like,
Right.
the original fangirls from, the 90s, 80s, 90s NSYNC fangirls with cutting out magazine clippings and, doing like the OG fandom. Like, and then we got digital with LiveJournal and all that. But I'm sure like the fandom did not
Yeah.
like not exist back then. And I'm sure she was back in there probably emailing clip outs of magazines to different people because that's where you can really only see your fave if you have this specific magazine. So,
Right. Well, it's definitely kind of I see, because I did see that part of it is, like, she wanted to represent, like, an older version of fandom and that maybe, like, normalizing the idea that someone of her age group could be a fan like, kinda be a fan of someone much younger because I think sometimes people do there definitely is a reaction to see that as, like, creepy. You especially see it maybe, like, when an older man is, like, a fan of
yeah.
a younger actress or singer, or, yeah, in her case, like, someone like her would be called, like, a cougar or something like that, or some guy would be called, like, a creep. So I could definitely see, like, the stigma and, like, why she would kinda be like,
Mhm.
"Well, let's change that."
Right? Let me get something for the girls. Let me get something for my demographic. Which makes sense. As I've gotten older, I'm like, I don't wanna, I wanna hang out with people my age, doing discourse, doing
Right.
analysis. I see it now
Right.
with like the Euphoria subreddit. Sometimes I'm just seeing takes and I'm just like, oh baby, you are 19. You are
Right.
17. And it's like, I want to discuss this show with somebody my age.
Right.
And sometimes you just need that. And I feel the same with like getting into Cat's Eye. Their fandom is real, skews
Yeah.
real young. And I'm like, ooh. Sometimes those takes are the emotional involvement. Seems a little dramatic.
Well, and I think, like I mentioned earlier, we're kind of in that weird in between millennials and Gen Z. So I feel like you and I, we kind of enjoy a lot of Gen Z cultural things and we're
Mhm,
into a lot of the same things as Gen Z, but we tend to scale a little bit older than a lot of them. So,
exactly. So, we have our own unique perspective.
yeah.
Which getting into Simone's engagement with stan culture, she was noted for being like a Johnny Depp stan back in the day, and then was very heavily participating in the Michael Fassbender fandom. Which they say she stopped doing that when he married Alicia Vikander. So once he got married, once he was off the market, she
Right.
was like, on to the next.
Yeah.
Which is one red flag that people seem to point to consistently.
Yeah.
But she was kind of more in and out with Michael Fassbender, and then she got onto Timothy big when Call
Right.
Me by Your
Well,
Name, which was kind of his breakout movie back in 2018. And
right. I mean, that's when I first became aware of him was when he did Call Me by Your Name. I've never even watched that movie, but like just kind of all
me
the hype
neither.
around it and everything. Like I kind of heard about him. I was like, oh, okay. He's like this straight twink, and that's like his niche.
Right? I feel like a bad gay that I've never seen Call Me by Your Name and Moonlight, but
I mean,
both plot lines don't seem interesting to me. I'm sorry,
right, the movie
they
just
just seem kind of traumatic,
right, what I've heard about the movie, I'm just like, this kinda just seems creepy to me.
right? I'm like, can somebody throw a pie? Like, I think I'd be more into like a gay romance movie if it wasn't giving Oscar bait, if it was giving
Right,
more Hallmark. Like, oh, I'm the young professional going back to my hometown for Christmas,
right,
and this twink sells trees, and it's like, okay, I'd watch that.
right. I thought it was funny when I was doing research into, her because like I said earlier, like, I didn't realize that she had kinda done this before prior to Timothy. I don't know why I thought Timothy was kind of like her first, like, foray into, like, this world, but, I thought it was funny when I saw that she, like, way back in the day, like, in, like, the early to mid 2000s ran, like, a Bradgelina blog, like, a Brad
Oh
and Angelina
yeah.
Jolie, like, couple stan blog or whatever. I was like, "Damn, girl, you were supporting the home wrecking of it all? That rant that doesn't is not gonna like you."
Ooh, well. Listen, this has been her hobby, and she's been curating it, and now she's taking it to the highest level because
Mhm.
I think it's revolutionary how she's being a stan on the map.
I
She's a
mean
professional stan in a way.
yeah, to get the level of media attention she's gotten and to kinda create a name for herself through it, I mean, honestly, the 2 biggest, like, stan account success stories I can think of are her and Naz Mirage.
Right? That's true. And I know one like this lady who Karen something, she would like was on Britney's team. I think the evil side of the team, but she was like an NSYNC like stan before and was like a
Oh,
community manager and then kind of got into entertainment marketing and
yeah.
PR. But honestly, it's a smart pipeline. Like stan accounts, those fan people, they're doing community management. Like
Mhm.
they will translate very well if they want to do those kind of roles
Right.
in the
When I'm
professional world.
seeing the bigger stan accounts, they definitely monetize and, like, they're making money off of doing it, so
Right?
I don't
Get to
know
the
sh I don't know
bag.
if Simone does necessarily, but I know at least some people are.
I mean, at this point, Simone has her own whole pipeline of fans, a newsletter that she could probably monetize if she wanted to. She
Yeah.
probably, I don't know. I would assume that she has a career to be flying all around to these film festivals. So that might be not by, yeah, that might not be her priority, but she could definitely get brand deals, a
Yeah.
Substack,
Yeah.
a Shop My Page if she wants to. She could probably do Fashion Nova, Mature. Do they have like a Mature line?
Well, they should if they don't.
Right?
That's an untapped market because
Right?
girlies
I
of
don't
all ages
know.
wanna be baddies.
But, I think it's admirable that she kinda supported Timothy from, like, oh, he's a generational actor. He's the future Oscar winner, which he didn't win those all 3 times, so that might be why she dropped him, but we'll get
Yeah.
to that, we'll get to that.
We will get into that. But yeah, I guess overall, I find her interesting because, like I said earlier, like to me, she's kind of like the parasocial final boss to a degree. Like, because I feel like where I kind of started to like feel a little bit weird about her was like the Kylie Jenner stuff, where she was like making like
That's true.
really weird comments and just that kind of made me like look at her a different way. I was like, oh, like what are you up to, man? Like, what's going on here?
I know, that's definitely the villain era of it all, I feel like, when it comes to Miss Simone,
Yeah,
and that's definitely what a lot of people know is her hostile attitude towards Kylie,
yeah,
and I think it's important to note that she apparently stopped standing Michael Fassbender when he
yeah,
got married, which is an interesting dynamic,
yeah.
but, she's rude to Kylie, doesn't mention her by name. In the Wall Street Journal article, they noted that this was the one topic she refused to comment on, which I'm just cackling at that.
Right.
It'd be
Well,
like no comment when they ask about Kylie.
right. When I saw like the thing about like the implication that like Timothy was being blackmailed into a relationship with Kylie, I was like, that's yeah,
Oh, I know, over the top.
if it was a little 15-year-old saying that, I'd be like, "Oh, girl." But, like, the fact that it like, and that's like, not it's not about being ageist, but the fact that it is a fully grown adult saying it, I'm like, "Oh, it's a little weird."
But yeah, no, at this point, it's like constant shade towards Kylie,
Yeah,
not referring to her by name,
yeah,
analyzing paparazzi photos and being a little weird about it.
yeah,
Oh, being a little kooky over some of the public appearances. So
yeah,
she definitely had a complex with Kylie.
yeah.
I would assume her whole hypothesis that she, to quote, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was declassing Timothy is what I think
Right.
she probably thought. I was ruining his Oscar opportunity, which isn't like isolated to her. I think that's a
Oh, yeah,
theory
no.
at least some people have definitely put out
Yeah, no, I
in
was
the
gonna
world, which is why like people were confused about the pairing, but at
yeah.
this point, it's been like 2 years, so Timothy clearly loved it there.
Right. Well, that's the thing, and I was gonna mention that's definitely like a sentiment I've seen amongst, I guess, the fans of him or whatever. Because I remember one time I like stumbled upon like his fan like subreddit, and I had to double check and make sure it wasn't a snark subreddit at first because they were mean, like they were being mean. And like I saw like, oh no, this is like literally his like fan subreddit, and they were like dragging him. They were posting like before and after pictures of him, like before he got with Kelly and after, and being like, oh, he's ugly now,
Damn.
like he looks like shit because he's with Kylie. Like they're like a little bit crazy when it comes to Kylie, and definitely I saw that sentiment that they were like, oh, Kylie is like you said, declassing the brand. That she's kind of like making him look like less of like a serious actor and everything like that.
I mean, a reality TV, spouse, especially a Kar Jenner, who are
Mhm.
known to have a curse, is definitely a choice. I'm
Right.
just like, if you were advising a famous man in Hollywood and he was like, "Oh, I'm talking to Kylie Jenner," would you be
I
like, "Oh,
I mean, it would honestly depend, like, I mean, I can see the idea that, like, but the thing is, like, Timothy, he's also, like, he's got a hell of a digital footprint, and to me, him and Kylie seem like a perfect fit based on what I know of him, but I
yeah."
I I get it, though, with him kind of, but I also feel like it's almost like he's kind of, like, ditched this effort to, like, be this whole prestige thing, you know? Like, he's still doing, like, these projects, but, like, I mean, he also, like, he collaborates with, like, Drewski, like
Mhm. I mean, I still think that was part of the Oscars campaign, but
Uh-huh.
I do think he doesn't want to insist upon himself, but I do think he
Right,
has a problem with how he wants to curate his image or his brand.
right,
But at this point, he just needs to find the right project.
right,
'Cause
right.
I'm sure he's a fine actor. I mean, I liked him in Wonka, so I've seen him in something, but
I'm trying to
the
think if I've
projects are very uninteresting overall
I'm trying to think
to
if I've
me.
seen any of his movies. I don't know if I
You
have.
ain't see Wonka?
I did not see Wonka, no. Isn't Wonka, was that one of those movies during that era? Was Wonka a musical?
Yes. It was in that era where they were not advertising the musicals as musicals. So
Yes,
I
I
was gagged, but Timmy did a good job.
see, that's what I was wondering because I remember that, like, era, like, with, like, the Mean Girls musical and everything like that, where, like, they weren't disclosing that you were going to see a musical,
Right? It's like, "Why are we doing this?"
right? But I mean,
Wow.
I enjoy a good musical, so maybe I
Right?
need to watch Wonka at some point because yeah, I don't think I've seen any of his projects.
Yeah, and I know I'm not gonna go see Dune part 1, 2, or 3, so
Right.
Imma wait for him to sign
Not
up to
even for
something
Zendaya,
else.
not even for Zendaya, and I love her.
Not even for Zendaya. He's gonna need to sign up to something a little more interesting, a little more camp, maybe,
He should have signed up for
something where somebody
Chalamet.
throws a pie. He should do a Jordan Peele film where he dates Keke Palmer.
That'd be
You
fun.
see? You see?
See the vision? Y
Ideas.
you and Simone really do need to manage him.
I think me and Simone would make a great team. Club Chalamet, if you need representation, DM me. You know where to find me. We have email links in our bios, and if you don't want Noah in our shit, reach out, I'll give you my private email.
Oh. Well, you know
Well,
what? You know what? I still take a cut either way, so
no, you're not. You're not involved in the management arm. We have to talk about the LLC. But on to the next topic of discussion. I do think it's kind of wild how she's like had selfies with him, has
right.
hugged him up at fan events and film festivals. And it has me wondering, like, does he know? Is he aware? Did he become aware over time? Was his team in on it? Because there was like a suspicious amount of like moments where she was just like with him or popped
Yeah,
up with him. I had this level of access and I'm like, you his team is working with her. There's some
right.
communication tie.
Right, well, Timothy, he seems like one of those actually, and I feel like there's a lot of, like, celebrities like this where, like, 'cause I don't really see stuff from him, like, on social media, so I don't necessarily know if he's, like, super outwardly on social media, but I do think a lot of these celebrities are, like, lurkers. I think they have, like, their, like, burner accounts and stuff like that. Um, and I think they do lurk. So to me, I wouldn't be surprised if he was pretty aware of her, if he was maybe seeing it himself, or if not, that, like, people in his circle were informing him or, like, showing him things. And, like, yeah, like you said, I think I could see that maybe at some point, maybe his team decided to, like, lean into the bit a little bit with her because
Right. One, it's gonna get some impressions.
right. When I feel like at his level of fame, because I mean, he is, like, he's very famous, he's big. I feel like you can't, like, you don't just get easy access to celebrities like that, you know, like,
Right?
Timothy's not the type that you, like, get a lot of opportunities just, like, walk right up to. So I feel
Right.
like if
He's
she's
not
getting
some bitch on the CW, you know?
right, I'll say I feel like if she's getting access to him, it's because she's being given access to him by somebody.
Agreed. And if she's just somehow at the front row of the film festival fan area at all these events just coincidentally, she's
Right.
like, she's a lucky bitch. I
Right.
mean, I think the selfie at Coachella was probably part luck, part chasing him down, but
Right.
the
Well,
film festivals?
that's the thing is some of these stands, I'm shocked when I, like when, like, I'm kind of, like, on social media and I come up on these some of these stand pages and stand accounts because, like, they really do track these people, like, they know, like, their whereabouts at any given moment. I'm like, "How you know exactly where they're going, where they're gonna be tomorrow,
Mhm.
what" like, you
Right?
know
No,
their
we were in
schedule?
high school through the One Direction era of it all, and I remember being on Tumblr and these girls would
Right.
have like airport footage, these boys' passport photos. And I'm seeing on my Tumblr dashboard, like, how did you get this?
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't think I'm supposed to be seeing Harry Styles' passport photo.
Right. It's like, how do you gain like, how do you get your hands on this? But I guess
Somebody
anything
probably
is
got
possible.
fired.
I
I
I
hope.
guess when you are dedicated enough, anything's possible.
Right? No, like Taylor Swift was in like my neighborhood or the neighborhood next to mine like yesterday, the day before, and I saw a
Ooh.
whole Reddit post about it. And I was like, oh,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
people
Hey,
love a
Swift.
little moment.
And I almost doxed you just now, but now I stopped myself. Um, but yeah, no, it's interesting, and that's to me though, that's where I think for me it gets a little bit extra. Where like when I see kind of the stuff that she's saying on social media, combined with the fact that because I feel like once you've actually met this person like face to face and you've interacted, things change a little bit. So I feel like it's one thing to like say a lot of wild stuff about somebody, about their personal life, about who they're in relationships with. When you've never like when they don't even know who you are, like you've never had an interaction with them, but, like, once you've had interaction with them, it's confirmed they know who you are. When you're at that point, I feel like the rules kinda change a little bit and, like, what you should be how you should be kinda conducting yourself.
That's true. And I think Simone, I don't know, she gets called parasocial. She definitely, I think, toes the line, but I've never felt
Mhm.
like she's been like, Timothy is my man and Timothy is this. I think she genuinely wants the best and, that maybe like a heavy handed momager, auntager.
Okay,
Because
mom.
I do think a lot of her notes and like the Kylie shade is excessive, but it's
Yeah.
given, Oscar strategy. What's the rollout? Like, how are we thinking about the campaign and your image and how are we selecting projects? It's kind of
Right.
how the Barbs would treat Nicki, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Barbs could be mean to Nikki back in the days when I was a Barb. I remember they would be like she would, like, do something, like, they wouldn't like a look, and they'd be like, "This stupid fat ass, like, she needs to get it
Oh
together."
my lord. But all that to say, I feel like she sounds more like an awards pundit or like
Mhm.
PR person
Mhm.
sometimes, on top of being a stan.
Right.
But it hasn't won him any Oscars, so that leads us to our next point. The dropping of Club Chalamet and the rebrand to
Right, which
just Simone Cromer, which
yes.
is this her coming out as a celebrity and branding, herself as an individual, or will you think we'll see Club Connor Story?
Well,
We'll see Club some other twink?
that's what I've heard, and I love the way that it's framed too, because like it does, like I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I guess it's kind of fucked up because it does make her sound very predatory the way people talk about this. Because like I've seen the discourse of people being like, "Oh, she's going after Connor's story next." That's next. It's like it's kind of like they're acting like she's like a shark about to get him or something. Like, um,
Not her
and
circling in the
and I like because I'm a heated rivalry fan.
You are,
And
you are.
and I so, like, Reddit suggests, like, stuff for me, like, from the heated rivalry subs and stuff like that, and I remember, like, like, at the same time that she kind of, like, officially, like, announced that she was kinda, like, was stepping back from the Club Chalamet stuff, like, I remember people on those heated rivalry subs were like, "Oh, Connor needs to up security," because people
And
post
those
pictures
heated
of Connor's
rivalry
story.
stands don't play. They're ready to go to war with her.
Well, Connor's story stands, yeah, they wanna protect him from her because, like because I guess he lives in West Hollywood, and he's just seen all the time just, like, out and about walking around doing his grocery shopping, and people are like, "No, he needs security." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "You think she's gonna, like, assault him in the street?"
Right? She has more class than that.
Right? Well,
I'm
and he
sure
and
she
he's
lives
and
in
he's
a
a big
nicer apartment than him.
he's a big old
Wow.
buff motherfucker. He could handle himself.
Right? But maybe. Well, my thing is with that is, isn't she attracted to like, like Oscar potential actors?
Oh,
I haven't seen the show, so I don't know much about Connor Story's acting, but from the gifts I've seen, it does. It seems on tier with like a Netflix Hunting Wives, a CW Riverside.
yeah.
I don't think it was winning
I
any Emmys, but do we think Connor has that potential? Like, does she see that? Or do people
I
just think that because he's like next and curly headed? It just seems against her MO, I think.
w well, it's interesting because I know people kind of associate her with, like, younger upcoming guys, and I mean, he technically is younger than Timothy, but he's also,
Mm.
like, 26, I wanna say. So, I mean,
Okay.
he's not that much younger, like, she's not going for the barely legal ones. Uh,
All right.
so I don't know if that necessarily falls in line. Yeah, I don't like, from what I've seen, apparently she likes Connor's story, but I don't necessarily know where people are getting it from that they think that, like, she's, like, gonna be going I see her more so, like you said, branching out to doing her own individual thing before I see her becoming, like, Club Story.
Right?
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely it is funny to me though, just the way that people are like, keep her away from him.
No, like, specifically him. His name gets mentioned a lot. And I
Yeah.
don't know if it's just the curly hair or what, but
Well, but to answer your earlier question, I do see him as having like potential to potentially become like a really big actor because I mean, I thought he did a great job on the show. And what I saw is I saw a lot of people saying that like because that particular show, because it was produced in Canada, it's not eligible. It's like not eligible for Emmy consideration.
gotcha.
But what I saw people saying is a lot of people were saying that apparently there was like the kind of buzz of like if it was eligible, he could have gotten an Emmy nod for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
yeah,
kudos to them.
yeah. To them heated rivalry boys, but yeah, no, I don't know if he's her next project. Possibly, maybe she wants to elevate him, but I think I think her like I said, he's not like that much younger than Timothy, but I do think that if she does, like her going from like Timothy to moving on to a younger man, like I don't know, that doesn't help her case of the narrative about her.
It definitely doesn't help her case. And I wonder if it's like the Kylie of it all, if she's just frustrated by losing. She did post this whole repost thing about it's
Right.
so disappointing being let down by people and,
Right.
signaling some emotional involvement that kind of surprised me to see.
Right.
But essentially, she seemed exasperated with Timothy. So
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think she's a bad person, but I think she's a weirdo. That's my opinion. That's like where I fall on it.
I think she's the best at what she does.
The thing is like it would make sense. Like if she was actually someone's manager, like I would get it. But it's like the fact that she's not. That's what throws me. Is like that she's not. It's like you are not on his team. You're not on anybody's team.
Oh, I think she was the head of community management, if you ask me. If she put that
Okay.
on her resume, I feel like people would be like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, that's the thing is like if she told me she wanted to manage me, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like you can. Like I would say yes because it seems like she'd be good at it, but also like I'm too old for it now anyway. But
Probably.
maybe if she had
I
discovered me a few
don't
years ago.
I don't think you'll be in the kind of projects she'll wanna promote, Noah.
Right. No, I'm not really going for an Oscar. At best, we're going for that Grammy for best comedy album.
Not Grammar's comedy album. Maybe a creative arts Emmy,
Right.
but I don't know, isn't there an Emmy for podcasting now? I think
So
we should submit ourselves for
so
that. Like
what
how Candace submits herself for her Grammy every year.
I'm saying is our podcast eligible for an NAACP award or is that
I think so. You might have to submit some pictures of your grandparents, but I
okay?
mean, I feel like you and Paris Jackson both look the same to me. So
Well, she might have something to say about that.
Well, she should be working on her auditions because I want to see her in more pictures.
I would like to see her in more pictures. I would like to see her in more pictures. You know what's funny? Sometimes who do I get her mixed up with? There's somebody that I get her mixed up with. Oh, Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp. Sometimes I get them confused.
Well, I think Lily Rose Depp has a lot more work.
Yeah, no, she does. But also like but I don't know why sometimes I get those two confused.
Speaking of Lily Rose Depp, an ex of Timothée Chalamet, apparently Club Chalamet was a big fan of her and like Timothy and hers relationship,
Mhm.
which is interesting compared to Kylie. But maybe because she's like an actress, has the Depp
Right,
name, and I guess she used to be a fan of her daddy, so there's
right.
that connection. But
Generational.
generational.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could see like I feel like Lily Rose Depp is like if you look at her and Kylie, like Lily Rose Depp is probably taken a little bit more seriously because she is like an actual actress. She's kind of part of like a major like dynasty and the entertainment world and everything like
Mhm.
that. So I mean, if we are looking at a perspective of like what's better for Timothy's career and image and whatnot,
Yeah,
I could see.
that's definitely giving like acting, power couple.
Mhm.
I guess the connection with her daddy for the Oscar. Simone was thinking big. She was thinking big.
Right. When I saw that Nosferatu remake, and Lily Rose was good in it, so
That's what I've heard, that's what I've heard. The
she got
Idol, not her best work. With Simone would probably been pissed if they were still dating during The Idol.
right.
Well, she's
Oh,
doing what with a hairbrush?
I know Simone would definitely be confronting her like, "Natalie Nunn, you are fucking up the brand."
You're not building the brand.
I could see her cornering her in, like, a bathroom at one of these events being like, "You're fucking up the brand."
But I'm very interested to see what's next for Club Chalamet, what this
Yeah,
next era
yeah,
can be, what it will be. Because I think my sis has some good things on the horizon. Like, I think there's a lot of her I would like to see. First,
yeah.
I would love to see her appear on Z-Way. I think she'd be a good guest for Z-Way.
I
And then, I think she's famous enough for Celebrity Big Brother, if you ask me,
okay, celebrity I mean, why not? Why not?
right? I don't think quite famous enough for The Traitors, but I would love to see it.
Oh my god.
I w
I that'd be hilarious. That would be fucking hilarious.
Not to be
Uh,
like, "Who are you?"
right? That's they'd be like, "Who is this lady?"
Not somebody to be like, "Kamala Harris."
Not come. I mean, why
And
not?
put Chet Hanks on the same season as her too.
Oh,
I wanna
Lord.
see them interact,
Maybe her and him can make something happen.
right? I don't know. Well, she can't be Club Hanks because I'm taking the handle as we speak.
Oh, can you imagine if she, like, mentored him to an Oscar win?
I mean, I don't know if you've seen Running Point, but I think he had a great performance in Running Point.
I did not see that, no.
And you know what? I think he could take after his daddy if they give him a Philadelphia.
Okay, I mean, if you believe in him,
I do, with all of my heart.
okay,
I
well,
mean, have you seen Philadelphia? It was a moving script. I think if Chet had such good material to work with.
I did not know.
That was his daddy in Philadelphia, right? I'm thinking of the right movie. The Lawyer with AIDS.
I have
That's
no
Tom
idea what you're
Hanks.
talking about.
You never saw
I
Philadelphia?
have no idea.
The lawyer has AIDS.
No, I don't know what
Google.
I've never heard of a movie about a lawyer with a
Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks. It was a hit. It was a big movie.
I don't
You
know what
usually know the pictures better than me. It was Tom Hanks.
this is something apparently I was asleep. I don't know what happened.
Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, Antonio Banderas.
I don't know. I can't say I know. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
Well, it's 1993. Tom Hanks' character is a lawyer with AIDS. And,
Oh,
obviously they're shady to him because he has AIDS. And that's all I remember from the movie. I definitely watched it in high school at some point. But
okay.
to me, it's one of his
Maybe I need
dad's most moving pictures. So,
maybe I need to watch this. If I'm being honest, I feel like one of the only like Tom Hanks movies I've seen has like been like Forrest Gump.
well, I mean, it's his most iconic film, I fear.
Yeah.
One of the most iconic films in American cinema.
Okay. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know who Club Chalamet is gonna stalk.
Ooh, speaking of, if you were to predict her next, point of interest, if she were to go, we're going to stand another white man again. Who do you
Right.
think she would select? Who would you select for her?
I think I kind of do see the Connor Story vision. Like, I feel like I could see her. She's gonna do the Connor Story thing, and then she's gonna start like taking shots at Hudson Williams. She's gonna be shading that man.
Ooh.
She's
And
gonna be
I hear he gets a lot from the media already. Like, they're on his ass. But it
Hudson
seems like
Williams.
he's feisty. Like, he's going to fight back. He seems like the
Yeah,
type to talk shit in interviews.
yeah. No, he's kind of like Renee Rapp, where people like loved her for like the lack of media training. It's a similar thing with him, where people like love like how like outrageous he is, like whenever he's put in front of a
Okay.
camera.
Okay. Good for
Mhm.
him.
But yeah,
Man, I know. Oh, sorry.
oh no, I was just gonna say I could see that being the vision, but I do agree with you though that I really do think she's gonna branch out and be more of like her own like it's about Simone now.
right? The Simone
The
Cromer.
Simone. I want to see my name in shining lights.
Right? Like, I feel like UTA might sign her soon. I mean, and I just, if I was UTA, I'd be getting a contract out. I don't know what she's gonna do, but
Well, I mean, at this point, if she wanted to, I mean, she's at a point where she could just be herself, be on social media, and make money and monetize, like be monetized and everything. Like she could do that if she wanted to.
right, her Oscar opinions,
Oh,
maybe
she
like a correspondent writer on like during award season. I could see that.
I know they hate to see her coming on that Oscar race subreddit.
She would have some thoughts. She would have some thoughts. I definitely would love to see her film reviews. I would love to see her travel reviews. She gives me like luxurious auntie who, flies first
Right.
class. Like, I feel like she stays in like a nice hotel. Maybe eats
I
an oyster, drinks some Sancerre.
I
Like, I feel like
love
she lives a nice life.
I love to see her do one of those. Like, you know when influencers do like those traveling things with their fans where they're like, "Oh, we're selling tickets, like come to Italy with me or whatever." I can see her doing.
And I might go to Venice Film Festival with Simone. I might. I
Y
might.
You know, I would stay home, but I'll when you post
Well,
the
because you don't
Instagram
have a passport.
I could get one whenever I want. But you know what? When you post the Instagram story, I'll like it. I'll give it a heart.
Well, thank you. Well, thank
Uh-huh.
you. Well, me and Miss Simone will be having a time drinking wine in Italy, chasing after whatever white boy she's standing there. Or maybe she'll be in her own picture. Do you think she could do her own movie?
I mean, I
I don't
feel
think she wants to be in front of the camera, but
yeah, I feel like she's more of like a coach, like when they say like those who can't play teach.
yeah. Like, I don't know. Maybe she can host a film festival. Is that a
That'd
job?
be that'd be a cute gig for her. I mean, it seems like it's such a passion for her that she'd be good at it.
Well, she definitely enjoys the movies. No, I could definitely see her having like an iHeartRadio podcast if she wanted one. Like, she's probably had these offers, books, podcasts, Substacks,
Right.
and she's clearly focused on the bag. She's playing the long game, but I wish I knew what her goal was. Because if you
Right.
wanted to be a manager, I
Right.
don't think that's the way to go, girl.
Well, she's clearly 12 steps ahead of the rest of us.
Can you imagine if Timothy fired his team and hired her?
Well, I mean, the thing is if he did, and then next thing you know, he's actually secured the Oscar, I'd be like, well, the results speak for themselves like that. I may have my criticisms there, but I can't argue against that.
Right? And I think after that, she signs Austin Butler.
Not Austin Butler. He does need some help.
Right? I mean,
He,
he's
he's
trying to,
been
he's upped his profile that he's considered in that upper echelon now
right.
of like serious actors.
He's
Because
just
before he was just that boy, you know?
I feel like he's just lost himself since Elvis. I don't think he knows who he is.
Probably, but well, yes. Well, yes. But I'm surprised Club Chalamet doesn't care about him. Maybe she thinks he's too lowbrow. I don't know.
Maybe she's like, that's a low budget bitch.
Well, Miss Simone, I think we spoke of you, credibly. So you should come on the show, get interviewed, give your insights, maybe around next Oscar season. If you think the drama deserves an award, because I think it was the best performance this year so far. But we have a lot of movie to go. We have a lot
Well,
of movies to
Robert
go.
Pattinson's like 40, so I don't think she cares.
Yeah, do we know her thoughts on Zendaya? Is she cool with Zendaya?
I don't know. I fear what she might say. I fear what she might say.
I think she likes her. I think she likes her.
Maybe.
Who doesn't like
I
Zendaya?
That is true. I feel like everybody likes Zendaya. I've never seen somebody hate Zendaya.
Right? Sometimes people like to drag her acting skills, but I think she's showing range with her recent roles between challengers and the drama. So
Right. I mean, I feel like watching Zendaya on Euphoria, like the bead of sweat on her forehead during like the withdrawal scenes, like that deserves an Emmy nomination.
right? You would think she was really on crack.
Right, exactly. She does it so well. Like we even saw remember that viral video of that crackhead lady getting beat up and people thought it was Zendaya? Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
'Cause that looked like Rue.
Especially the way she was all cowered up. It was giving ruin the corner.
Mhm.
After taking some fentanyl
It
she should have
it was
never took.
it like watching that video, I'm like, that's either Rue or Taylor Frankie Paul.
Not Taylor Frankie Paul. Yeah, another great guest for Z-Way, in addition to Club
Oh
Chalamet.
god. Oh god. I think I told you before, but if Z-Way's gonna have Taylor Frankie Paul on, she better make sure those chairs they sit on are, like, bolted to the ground.
Oh, no, she definitely needs a production team to check that first. 'Cause she might get a chair launched at her.
Right.
But also, you might get a great soundbite because I don't think Taylor knows what the Emancipation Proclamation is either.
Well, in the words of Andy from Big Brother, you wouldn't like it.
No, I think she'd like it. I think she'd like it. I wouldn't go that far to her. I wouldn't go that far to her.
That's true. Let me not be too mean to that lady. She's already got enough going on.
Ryan, her Bachelorette season will never see the light of day. And at least we can stay true to our word that we will never watch The Bachelor,
Right? We almost broke. We almost broke and we did it. We were gonna do
right?
it.
Taylor, Frankie, Paul, you had us to it.
One thing
But, you
we
know,
were gonna watch. But
to
then
wrap
Dakota
things
had to
up
ruin
oh,
things per usual.
well, as he does. Poor Evertrue.
Poor Evershrew. His life will be miserable.
But, you know, Evertrue's gonna be a star with a name like that.
That is a hell of a name.
I don't know, will these Secret Lives of Mormon Wives kids be stars in 15 years? I wonder.
I could see it. I could see it. I think Macy's son is already a baseball star. Little League.
Oh, that's iconic. That's
Yeah.
iconic. Okay, Little League World Series.
Yeah. Maybe one day he'll be in the majors.
Not to me. I don't know why you
Ma-
say it like that.
the majors. I'm not a sports person, but I know about the majors.
Oh, and you know about the Negro Leagues too.
Let's make it clear. I didn't say that.
Well, I heard you were a fan of Jackie Robinson. I don't know. That's what I
Jack,
heard.
Jackie Robinson's baseball, right?
Yes, baby.
Okay. Well, I said I'm not a sports person, but maybe with heated rivalry, maybe I'll become a hockey person. Who knows?
Okay, hockey.
Maybe I'll start
Th-
watching hockey.
That angry ass sport. You know, maybe Club Chalamet needs to be a sports fan. I think she was made for sports fandom, getting championships, running out, looking at stats.
That's the thing is she either needs to become like a sports stan or she needs to start standing like musicians instead of actors because like it's way more fun to be a stand obsessed with the charts than anything.
Maybe she likes just having it that being that one time a year where it's all the competition and then it
Maybe.
resets annually, like a championship.
I'll tell you,
Music standom is kind of like forever. It's like endless.
that's true. You gotta be I mean, depending on who I mean, yeah, depending on who you're standing, you might have to be on X.com fighting for your life every day.
But no, I just feel like Simone, you would love the WNBA. Well, I don't know if you support women like that, so maybe the NBA. Tennis. It seems up your alley. You get to travel a lot with tennis. Yannick Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz. You can get them Oscars. I think they're busy winning Grand Slams, but they might
I
win
don't
an
know
Oscar
anything
too.
about tennis, but I do wanna go to Wimbledon in, like, a cute little turtleneck like Ariana after cheating on my husband. That
Oh,
sounds
we
like
can eat the strawberries and cream. I mean, I want to go to Wimbledon too in general, so we'll go. We'll go.
okay, we're gonna have a moment, we're gonna have a moment.
Right? Well, to wrap things up nicely in a bow, Club Chalamet. Reality would you watch a Club Chalamet reality show? Yes or no? Like a day
Mm,
in the life show.
the thing is, I feel like even if I didn't want to, we would end up covering on this podcast, so I would have to. So, I feel like, yes, I would watch it one way or another. But honestly, genuinely, I would be interested. I know I've had some criticisms of that lady, but, like, I would be interested.
Okay, what about Club Chalamet dating show?
Oh, watching her try to find a man?
Yeah.
I would only I would only be interested in that if she's gonna, like, lean into the gag, into the bit, and it like, all the guys are gonna be, like, 20 somethings. It's gonna be, like, a secret bit.
Okay, Club Chalamet's directorial debut. Would you go see it in theaters?
I mean, it depends on what it is. My thing is I feel like she would wanna make, like, a very Oscar bait movie, and that's like, I'm not super into prestige films most of the time, like,
Yeah, no, we're very campy over here.
nothing like, I wanna be entertained, you know? Like,
Okay, Peter Griffin.
nothing, "There's no conflict in this movie."
Somebody throw a pie.
Like, sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'll be watching a movie that, like, people are like, "Oh, this is film. This is a film." Uh, and I'm
It's
just
not
like
like a movie. Look
yeah,
at
and
Harry Styles.
I do feel like Peter or no, Brian Griffin in the theater with, like, that blind person, like, nothing's happening, something, something, nothing's happening, credits. I
And I
don't
heard
know.
he got fired from that job the next day.
But I don't like to go I don't like to go to the theaters to see a movie that's more than 2.5 hours long.
Well, I mean, that's
Well,
every movie nowadays, so
I feel like most of them keep it just around the 2-hour mark. Some of them go to
that's
two and
true.
a half hours, but yeah, if I see, like, a movie that's, like, 3 hours long, I'm like, I'm gonna wait for that to come to streaming."
I know, sitting through the Avatar movies was like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Like, damn, there's another hour to go?
See, I've never watched an Avatar movie.
I'm strangely into that franchise.
I know, that's
Maybe
the thing,
Club Chalamet needs to stare one of the boys over there.
I'll tell you, I've never watched one of those, but I always feel so, like, out of the loop. I feel like whenever a new one comes out and, like, everyone's talking about, I'm like, "Oh, I feel so uncultured."
I mean, I feel like they kinda come and go, but it has a
Yeah.
dedicated fan base. I think it makes no noise. I
Right.
definitely feel like the 3rd one made less noise than the 2nd one. Maybe because it was, like, as much of a gap. I feel like people
Well,
were like, "Oh
yeah,
my god, Avatar's back."
right, because
For
you had
Way
to
of
wait a
Water.
people had to wait a long time for the 2nd movie, and the 3rd one came out, like, not too long after.
Yeah, no, I think it was, like, 2009, 2002, and then, like, 2022, and
Yeah.
then 22 to 25, so it was, like and I
Right.
think the 3rd one, it wasn't as easy to just, like, to jump into blindly. Like, the 2nd one, I kinda went in kinda blind. Like, I saw the 1st movie years ago, but
You
it
didn't
kinda resets things. The 3rd
Yeah,
one, like, you need to kinda have seen the 2nd one.
right. You might like, the 3rd one, you might need like, even if you've seen the 2nd one, you might need to do a little rewatch before you go see it.
Yeah, I know, build up a little anticipation.
Mhm.
Speaking of movie franchises, potential clients for Club Chalamet, Mason Gooding needs some TLC in his career.
Oh,
I know
god.
he might be darker than your usual Miss
Well
Simone, but take a chance on him.
the thing is, I'm like, "Damn, you bended the knee to Israel, and you still didn't get that career boost."
Well, maybe he has a franchise around the corner. A Marvel
I
movie.
guess maybe because they are making a sequel to that movie Hard Eyes, that slasher movie. That's getting a 2nd movie.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, well, that was that movie that came out, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, that one with it was like a Valentine's Day slasher movie. Yeah,
Um,
he was in that, and I guess that's getting a 2nd one, so maybe I mean, he was in Scream 7, so maybe being the hot guy in slasher movies, that's his gig,
I mean, that's a lane.
right?
I
Well,
mean,
usually
his
it's the
daddy's
hot
such a
girl in
serious
slasher
actor. It's like, oh,
yeah, usually it's the hot girl in slasher movies, so maybe he's setting a new norm.
oh, he's breaking gender norms like Harry Styles.
Well, Harry Styles, he's losing to the gender norms. He's getting his ass beat every time he tries.
Right, and I'm sure he's not gonna try to act again, so he can't be a Club Chalamet client.
Right.
Even though he has the wig for it, he has a little hairpiece for it.
Right. Well, I mean, he must be not his career must not be doing well, Harry, because now he's back to trying to appeal to the gays again. I
I
feel
mean, he's going on tour, and he seems to have that core fan base who will go see him wherever, like the Jonas
right.
Brothers, so
I mean, yeah, I feel like all the One Direction guys, like they have like their loyal stans. Each of them does.
right? Well, I don't know if
But
Zayn has fans anymore after he beat Liam's ass, but I mean, Louis' ass.
Louis-
R.I.P. Liam.
I mean, I feel like the Zayn Malik stands, they're pretty on board. I don't think they're gonna abandon him. I mean,
Well,
those stands are abused because he like abandons every project, every comeback, everything like that. He barely feeds them most of the time.
that was Zayn,
The fact that he could have been the biggest one of them all. He,
right?
he had the potential.
Right, I feel like Niall had the most talent, but I bet people don't care about him.
Yeah. And then which one passed away?
Liam.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had some cute little R&B bops. They sounded generic as hell, but they were cute.
Right.
Like
And
2017,
sometimes that's all we need is a little generic R&B. Sometimes that's all we need for the moment.
right? So, like, it definitely gives like Jason Derulo did I want this song? Do you want it? And he was like, yeah, sure.
I
And like, you
love
know what? It was fun.
I love those posts detailing like songs that people that like where artists turn down.
Right? I love it so much.
'Cause I like to sit there and, like, try to imagine if I could, like, hear if I like, it's like, "Oh, Britney Spears turned this down." I'm like, "Can I see Britney doing this song?"
Right? And then you hear the demos too, and you're like, oh, this actually came out. My favorite is that they wanted TLC or something to do "Slave for You" by Britney. They're like, we're not singing we're slaves for somebody. And they were just like, oh.
Well,
And I guess Britney was like,
I mean, you
oh,
and I
okay.
changed up the lyrics to that during karaoke, but we're not gonna go into specifics.
And you know what? Club Chalamet, if you see this, come do karaoke with us. And if you're listening to this, you have recommendations for episodes, thoughts, what you want to hear or see from us next, let us know. Leave a comment on social media. Send us a DM. But more importantly, please rate and review. Subscribe so we at the top of your feeds. If you're listening wherever you are, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. And thank you for watching on YouTube and enjoying our lovely faces.
Yes, absolutely. And if you have a lovely face, if you're a male age 18 to 25-ish and you have curly hair and you look possibly gay, but you're straight, you should DM Simone. She might be able to do something for you.
Right? But send some reels in with the DMs because I think she likes, acting talent.
Oh yeah, no,
She needs to
she's
see you in a high tier picture.
oh yeah, no, she's not running no brothel. It's a serious operation.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe she has like one Sean Cody boy in the back she's betting on, but
This ain't a Matty Perez internet pimping out operation.
it's
Don't do that.
not a Ryan Murphy or a Tyler Perry
Oh
production either.
Lord, now. But y'all
And
have a wonderful
and
y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you for listening to this episode. This has been a fun one. And tune in next time because we are going to be covering Married to Medicine season 2. We're gonna be continuing that series, and it's
yes,
gonna be a
and we
good
have
one.
Dr. Heavenly joining us. No, we
Oh,
don't. But
Dr. Heaven. Yes, Dr. Heavenly, that woman. Thank you so
I
much.
would love if we did get Dr. Heavenly to join us,
Oh, I would love to talk to Heavenly. I need to that's one anyone I see that with the name Heavenly, I'm like, "I need to talk to this person."
And if you are in Georgia, please vote for Dr. Heavenly for Congress.
Do your research before you vote, please, but yes, maybe vote
Oh
for
yeah, I shouldn't just be endorsing bitches, but I like Heavenly. This is not a paid ad. But do your research. But I feel like I don't know if you want somebody representing you. I feel like I know Dr. Heavenly gonna go up there to the city to the state capital and talk her about her demands for her constituents.
She'll
I
fight for
know
you.
that. But yeah, understand her claims, what she supports, what she's going for. But I'd like to have her representing me down at the state. I don't know about you, but
Um, I think I want Quad representing me. That's my girl.
I think Quad would eat the debate. She would definitely get some attention at the debate.
She can debate already.
But I think I don't know Quad or Gavin Newsom.
Quad.
And on
Oh,
that note, please follow us at On a Real Note Pod on all socials.
and fuck Gavin Newsom. Thank
Ooh. And follow at Noah for Congress 2032
you.
or